welcome back to New Rockstars. I'm Erik Voss, and Deadpool just poked his head through a time door into the MCU and said, "Hello." Gets me every time. Deadpool 3, co-starring Wolverine, is still on the horizon. And since Deadpool 2 ended with Wade using Cable's time travel watch to slide through time, it's more or less guaranteed that the MCU multiversal time travel mechanics will be the rationale behind Deadpool's arrival into it, which made it especially interesting to see a flirty exchange between Ryan Reynolds and a known Miss Minutes account on Twitter. While easy to shrug this off as a bit of harmless banter on a rapidly sinking ship of a social media platform, there are a few interesting wrinkles to this that make it worth looking deeper into. So let's break this down with a classic New Rockstars tweet down. Okay, it all started on Monday, November 28th at 9:21 a.m. Pacific time when Twitter account @MissMinutesTVA tweeted, "Hey there, Deadpool! Wave emoji, love Miss Minutes, orange heart clock emoji." And 7 hours after this, at 5 p.m. on the dot, Ryan Reynolds replied from his personal account, "Hello, Miss Minutes." And what's interesting is Reynolds didn't tweet from the Deadpool account that Miss Minutes initially tagged. He saw this Miss Minutes tweet independently and responded to it from his personal account. Now, this Miss Minutes account has a sizable following, but as far as we can tell, it's not necessarily an official Marvel Studios account. Like, it's not verified, though these days, Twitter verification doesn't really mean anything. And in fact, when I see someone I've never heard of with that blue check mark, I think, oh, bless your heart, you have $8 and an inferiority complex. But there are some reasons to think this account has some merit. It is followed by Michael Waldron, the Loki series creator, the screenwriter of Multiverse of Madness and Avengers Secret Wars, really the mind arguably most directly influencing the ground level direction of the multiverse saga at the moment. Waldron, more than anyone else, is the brainchild of the Miss Minutes character, a character that did not exist in Marvel Comics before the Loki series, and a character important enough to Marvel Studios head Kevin Feige that he wore her on his ball cap when he first introduced his Phase 5 and Phase 6 plans at San Diego Comic-Con last summer. And a few weeks ago, this same Miss Minutes account on Twitter cryptically tweeted some binary code that translated to "just checking in," a tweet that I responded to and translated, but since then, that original tweet was mysteriously deleted. Now, tweets get deleted all the time for all kinds of reasons, but if this is a fan account just for fun, just trying to engage big names from the Marvel world, why delete anything? What would it have to lose? What pressure would it be under from Marvel Studios? The way Disney and Marvel Studios have been known to do with their own cast and crew. I'm just saying it's very possible that this account is run by someone working on these titles. Okay, you know what? I've been talking way too much. I need a little water break. Ooh, you wanna know a tricksy little secret? I am drinking regular water here, but it tastes like orange vanilla. And that's because this ain't no regular water bottle. This is an Air Up. I'm drinking water. What kind of water is it? It's Air Up. Air Up is an easy way to make staying hydrated less boring. It adds flavor to your water with scent alone, so you can get all the water you need and all the flavor you want. It's really easy. You just take one of these flavor pods, you pop it onto one of these bottles, and then you take a drink. Crazy! But also, if you ever want just plain water, all you gotta do is push the pod down. Where did that flavor go? It's just water now. It's magic! Air Up makes a great gift, and right now there are a ton of discounted holiday bundles on Air Up's website that make perfect stocking stuffers for everybody on your list because, honestly, everybody needs water. And if you're looking for some flavor variety, the Naughty List bundle has a green Air Up bottle and comes with orange vanilla and raspberry lemon and mango passion fruit flavor pod packs. Raspberry lemon's my go-to when it's hot out and I want something refreshing, but during the winter, if I'm chilly, I go for the orange vanilla all day, every day. There are other holiday bundles available as well, including Berry All the Way, Dashing Duo, and Bee Cherry and Bright. And if you go now, you can take advantage of Air Up's holiday special and get a bundle for yourself or whoever you buy gifts for 20 to 25% off. Each holiday bundle has everything you need to start up your Air Up journey, but they'll only be available until December 26th. Click the link in the description below to get started. Now, later, Miss Minutes quote tweeted Ryan Reynolds' response with a blush emoji, a hand over the mouth with the eyes closed emoji, which we should point out it's not the yawn emoji, it's more of a gasp emoji, and then an orange heart with a clock. And prior to Reynolds' response, when someone asked if they were saying that Miss Minutes would appear in Deadpool 3, this account responded, "Nah, just saying hi to the neighborhood merc with mouth." And again, if this is a jokey fan account, why speak with any authority at all on whether or not Miss Minutes will cameo in any Marvel title? If it is just a phony account run by some nobody, this person wouldn't know whether or not Miss Minutes is gonna appear in anything. Really, I just think this response was the account's way of saying, my tweet to Deadpool wasn't meant to confirm anything either way, we're just having fun here. And to that, I would agree, but what's more interesting to me is that Ryan Reynolds actually responded from his personal account that wasn't even tagged in the initial exchange. I highly recommend you all go back to rewatch Deadpool 2 because the time travel logic presented in that film does fit in neatly with the way time travel is being depicted in the MCU through the Loki series and Kang's temporal technology. Not only does the time travel technology in Deadpool 2 radiate the same orange glow that the TVA tech does with its time doors and with Miss Minutes, Cable's device is based on the cogs and gears of a wristwatch, an old school representation of time, just like Miss Minutes' clock face is. Now, Deadpool 2's narrative approach to time travel logic is a bit more loose and joke driven.
Here's a device to slide through time. The longer I travel, the harder it is to control. I got two charges, one to get me here, one to get me home.
That's just lazy writing.
There doesn't really seem to be a fixed sacred timeline in the universe of Deadpool and Cable. Like Cable travels back in time to kill Russell Collins before he can grow up to torch his wife and daughter, essentially to change the timeline. And in the final act, Cable uses his second charge to go back to before Deadpool's self-sacrifice that Deadpool did to prevent Russell's evil turn. And this time, Cable slips Deadpool's arcade token to block the bullet and save Deadpool's life. And in the credits montage, Negasonic Teenage Warhead and Yukio fix the device and Deadpool uses it to save Vanessa and some of the members of the X-Force, and to change his cameo in X-Men Origins of Wolverine, to kill Ryan Reynolds before shooting Green Lantern, and to kill baby Hitler. And all of these changes seem to contradict Loki's approach to time travel, that branches from the sacred timeline end up getting pruned by the TVA. However, we do not know if any of Deadpool's changes actually stuck. One could argue that everything he did made him more of a criminal in the eyes of the TVA. The TVA could undo everything we saw Deadpool do in that movie with just a few reset charges. And again, that's either our TVA if there is just one TVA that oversees the full multiverse, or if there are an infinite TVAs, whatever the TVA was that oversaw Deadpool's universe. Now yes, New Rockstars has theorized this in a past episode of Rogue Theory, which MT had the perfect timing to respond to Miss Minutes and Ryan Reynolds with, but there's also some strong parallels with how Deadpool 2 described the time travel tech as charges, aligning with the reset charges used by the TVA to prune timelines, and the way Deadpool described what he was doing when he met Wolverine.
Hey, it's me. Don't scratch. Just cleaning up the timelines.
Cleaning up the timelines, essentially the TVA's core mission. Some of the TVA would be pretty pissed off if someone else tried to do. So it's not that hard to conceive how this could actually work in phase 5 of the MCU. Cable's time travel tech could really be an early prototype of the temporal tech that Nathaniel Richards will eventually engineer, or possibly a piece of tech that a Kang variant in a past multiversal war lost track of that Cable was able to recover. In the past, I've speculated that Kang would have wanted to kill Tony Stark, Iron Man, precisely after the moment Tony discovered time travel with his inverted Mobius strip simulation. The significance of that moment inspiring He Who Remains to name one of his chrono monitors Mobius and Mobius, because that moment would have been the first link in the chain through history that would have resulted in Nathaniel Richards becoming a master of time 1,000 years later. And maybe Cable is the missing link in between Tony Stark and Nathaniel Richards, someone who would take Tony Stark's theory and apply it to technology without having to go through the quantum realm. And Kang could later build on Cable's technology to lord over the multiverse and disseminate his time travel technology into a full bureaucratic agency to do it for him. So could Ms. Minutes be a time travel companion to Deadpool and Wolverine and Cable in Deadpool 3? Maybe, maybe not. But Reynolds' response to this makes it at least likelier that this guy could make a cameo as a prisoner in the TVA in Loki season 2. Like a prisoner in the background, as we saw that one Peggy Carter lookalike being pushed around in the background of Loki episode 1, or maybe even Wade Wilson's voice shouting from the other side of a door in the TVA solitary confinement. Because really, Deadpool starting as an inmate awaiting trial at the TVA really makes the most sense for his MCU origin. It would both adopt everything that the character went through in his past Fox films, but also force the character to join the MCU by first being processed at this frustrating meta Nexus way station, giving Deadpool first some annoying red tape to have to fight through before he gains the right to join the other Marvel heroes in the MCU. Let me know your thoughts on all this in the comments below, and hey, if you happen to be in the Los Angeles area this weekend, come see me and the rest of the New Rockstars hosts live at LA Comic-Con, Sunday, December 4th at 10:30 a.m. We'd love to hang out with you. You can follow me on TikTok, Hive, Instagram, and Twitter at EA Voss. Follow New Rockstars, subscribe to New Rockstars for more analysis of everything you love. Thanks for watching. Bye.